Hey guys, this is Locke. Today I'm going to be doing a video explaining how this Trials of Reckoning works. So to access it, you go to the Fair Planes and then you click on this button. And so to start with, you will start by doing these quests. You'll do the normal quests and hard quests. And when you do these quests, you will get this items very specifically, the boss battle tickets. That is the number one thing that you're hoping to get from doing these quest type medals. You will also get a bunch of other things, like for example these Trial of Reckoning medals, but they are limited. As you keep doing these repeatable stages over and over, the main thing that you're hoping to farm is these boss battle tickets. Um, when you start doing these, you can do them on auto when you start. Like you can do both, the normal quests and the hard quests on auto. Just get it done, and you will be repeatedly doing one of these. I'll talk about the best stages to farm in a minute, but you'll continue to do this, and you can do it on auto, and you can use the fastest units you have if you like. But make sure at some point you do these quests at least once on manual to get the highest score you can with the best bonus units that you have. So for example, like I'm using already 3 bonus units, but I can also use, for example, Laswell. If you have RN, use RN as well, and if you have Kiza, use Kiza as well. So you can only use like a level 1 units when you're doing it just once. The reason that you want to do it once on manual with these other units is to get the highest score that you can. So there are 2 types of scores. You can see over here. You get an individual score. So this is like how many, like the total score that you have, and then an individual high score. The high score is the highest score that you can attain per level, and that's only calculated once. So you might as well try to get the highest score that you can there, so you get better rewards. So you'll be doing this on auto to try to get as many boss battle tickets as you can. The best stage for farming is usually this one, normal 5. It'll give you the highest number of tickets for energy spent. Alternatively, you can also farm this mode, hard 3. Hard 3 is not as good. I mean, it's probably quite close, but hard 3 gives you a lot more points. So there are a couple of things to keep in mind. So first of all, you get rewards for having like a very high maximum number of points. I think it's 450,000 points. So if you can reach 450,000 points easily, like I've only been doing this a few times and I'm already at like 30k. I usually get like way higher than 450,000, but so uh, so a couple of things to keep in mind. Make sure you hit that 450,000 target. If you think you'll have trouble hitting that 450,000 target, go for hard 3, because you want to get as many points as you can to get those rewards, because those rewards are usually pretty good. If you think you'll have no problem with that, go with normal 5. When you're farming normal 5, you're using the least energy per ticket that you get, so that is probably the most efficient way to farm. Regardless, either way, make sure you do hard 4 and hard 5 3 times a day for both stages, because it is only limited, and that is actually the best place to farm. The only thing is you can only do them a couple of times a day, well, 3 times a day. So make sure you do those, get them out of the way, then farm either hard 3 or normal 5 depending on what you're going for. Now, the reason that I don't suggest you go for hard 3 to get as many points as you can is because personally I don't really look to get much of a high score. Like I'm rated like 3,000. If I look at the top guys, they already have like 400 and 480,000. Like I'm not gonna hit anywhere near that. And also, I don't have all the best units that give the bonus. So for example, I have Eunice and Tida. I have the Titus's card, but I don't have Aaron. I don't have Bahamut. And so even if I use the other guys, like if I use the second tier guys, I will have to work harder. I'll have to spend more energy to try to catch up with the guys that are using all the best stuff for this stage to get the highest bonus multiplier. secondly, even if I happen to have all of these units, there are people that play this all day on auto. They figured out ways to set this up to get this done, within a matter of hours. Like this has been out for what, like a few hours, and people have already hit 480,000. Imagine like what it would be within 2 weeks, right? It's a very hard score to catch up. So that's the reason why I personally don't care to try to get a high ranking on this. So, and if you're a new player and you don't have the best units to do this, and also if you can't reliably auto it or things like that, then I don't suggest that you try to go for a high ranking. Instead, just try to when you're farming quests, just try to conserve your energy. Try to get as much as boss tickets as you can from the least amount of energy that you can, and that's again usually just normal 5. Now we move on to the boss battles. So when you're doing the boss battles, you will get tickets. Let me see if I can. Well, okay. When you do the boss battles, you will get these event medals. I can't show you in the boss battle screen, but this, like, I have 33 right now. Every time I do a boss battle, I will get some tickets, even if I do normal or hard. These are autoable, especially like the way this is set up. It's not too difficult to auto, but you have to make that call if you want to auto it or if you want to manual it. If you do it on manual, you'll probably be able to get a higher score. The reason for that is because on manual you can use things like steal time, and you can use you can time your attacks to make sure that you build a high chain. You get extra points for building a high chain. So for example, if I'm using Glashella and you use the triple hit skill and I use a quickener to give her a second turn and she uses triple hit again, so that's 6 water pierce attacks. The number of elemental chains that you have, the higher that is, the better your score. The number of attack type chains you have, the higher that is, the better your score. If I'm using Glaciella and Victora, I will get a high pierce type chain, which is the attack type chain. If I'm using, for example, Glaciella and Eldira, I'll get an elemental chain. That's a water type chain. To extend the chains, I want to use steel timers, and Kiza is giving you a bonus, so you can use Kiza for that, or you can use other steel timers as well. Steel time reduces the boss's CT by half, so it'll be easier for you to stack up attacks and get a higher kill. Sorry, not a higher kill, a higher bonus. Also, when you are using a finishing attack, if the boss has 100 HP and you hit the boss with 9999 damage or something like that, the overkill is also a bonus multiplier. So all of these things are great, and it'll improve your score, which in turn gives you a higher number of tickets. But if you're doing it on auto, the auto AI will not take those things into account. So make your call. If it's okay to auto it. You can probably still get all these rewards if you are putting in the time to do it properly. Like, if you focus on this over the next 2 weeks, you will probably still be able to get a +5 Tidus string, assuming you can get a decent score doing the boss battles. Other than that, that's it. I mean, I will probably do a different video showing you like a strategy video on how I set up my team to tackle this. This video is just explaining how the Trials of Reckoning works. One other thing, the event medals. So you can, basically once you've accumulated enough medals, you hit this, and you can summon, items. And I've got the necklace, which is great. So if I have like 200 of these, I will probably hit the switch amount, which will toggle between 10, 50, and 100. So I don't have to click this like 100 times. I can just hit it, once to summon 10 rewards. How this works is there are different tiers. So it goes from tier 1 to 5. You can hit all lineups to see it. As long as you hit the first reward here. So for example, tier 1, if I get the rare 10 times summon, I don't need to get all the other items. I can move on to the second tier. It's most of the time it's beneficial as soon as you hit the rare item, like the main reward, to move to the second item. It's beneficial to move to the next tier as soon as you hit the main reward, but in some cases it's better to wait. Like for example, in the first tier, if I was down to like say 20 items left and I haven't gotten my Tidus necklace yet, I would probably, like if I have 3 recipes still to go and I only have 20 items left, I would probably finish it because, you know, 3 of those 20 medals will give me a necklace, which is what I want. And in tier 2, for example, like I will get a +2 necklace, which is awesome. So even if I get all 3 of the Azure Spears, I will make sure that I get the necklace before I move on. And usually you're just, like, the main thing that you want to get is the necklace. So make sure that you have uh, make sure you get the recipes. If you get it very early, like if you get this in the first pull and you haven't gotten anything else yet, then yeah, it's probably better to move on. The only stage that you want to pay special attention to is the tier 2, because you want to make sure you get that +2 necklace. Um, that's really it. Oh, one other thing I guess to quickly mention, you can also use the skip tickets. Like you can, uh, where did it go? So this one? Yeah. So you can use as long as you finish all the quests, you can use skip battle tickets. But usually the skip battle tickets are not worth it because like they give drastically lower points. So I recommend saving all your skip tickets until the end of the mission. Until the end of the event, the last day. If you still have a lot of tickets left and you know you won't be completing this anytime soon, then run them all on the skip tickets and use as many bonus units and bonus vision cards as you can, and run them. That's really when you should be using it. Don't waste it otherwise, because your points will be drastically lower if you use the skip battle, and you still have to farm it from using normal 5. So if you're using skip battle and you still need to get more missions, you have to keep farming, normal 5 even longer to try to get the necklace. That's it for explaining how this works. I hope you enjoyed this guide. Let me know if you have any questions. Take care.